How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid. They came out with a recent press release that I want to share with you. Plus, on top of that, they ended up posting up a green day and showing strength above $25. We'll talk about it further in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as the big time update. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $26.25, being up 1.35%. On the low, it tested $25.03. And then on the high, testing $26.57. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you could see that we traded at 14.81 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 22.739 million shares. So we had below average volume on the day, but we still seen some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below is at 51.29. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, the 50-day, but we did close above the 21-day EMA, and I was telling you guys how key that level was. And also, we did test $25.03, so it was great to see that the $25 level, which I've spoken about, is continuing to hold up. And knowing that we were able to close at $26.25 going into tomorrow, the breakout level you want to look out for is at $26.57. We want to make that move to 27 so we can get above $27.50 and then reach that 50-day that's right around $28.64. This will be a good look because this will get us to the 200-day where we can get to that psychological area at $30. So you want to keep a very close eye on this. I'm not saying that this is going to happen tomorrow on Friday, all right? I'm just talking about as far as what it looks like going forward, especially if the market continues to look bullish. Now, if we end up having a pullback and so forth, where I want to see support continue to hold, you guessed that right. I want to see $25 continuing to hold up. If we end up breaking through that $25 level, that's where Lucid can start visiting right here around $24.20. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Let's see how it performs going into tomorrow. But like I said, we want to stay consolidating above that 21-day EMA. Let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. As we scroll down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So for the first we have here from March the 24th, we have Fidelity that purchased 1,116 shares. And for the other filings for the 24th, we could see Franklin Natural and Franklin Growth ended up actually reducing their positions. We could see here from 77.48% and as well as by 56.27%. Then when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 55%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 4.87 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 65,000, updated 17 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 7.93%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 22nd, it was at 52.21. And then for the close of the 23rd, being at 55. So one thing that is very clear, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we see on the inflow it's at 70.31 and then on the outflow it's at 59.86. So we had an inflow day. Keep in mind these numbers are in the millions. On the large it was 8.48. On the medium it was 42.66. On the small it was 19.17. And then on the outflow side you can see on the large it was 0.93. On the medium it was 39.27. And then on the small it was 19.66. Taking a look at the large scale orders and the last 5 days. You could see for today, March the 24th, it being that inflow of 7.54 million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the large, represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 0.90%. So this is good to see. Remember, we're used to seeing it being at 1%, around 2%. And the fact that it was below 1%, this shows that many are holding on to their positions. Plus, on top of that, we can see from the order flow, many are buying in. And this is exactly what you want to see if you're a long-term investor. So let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Lucid, before we get started, let's go over the recent press release that came out today. Lucid Group opens a new studio location in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So Lucid Group has opened a new studio location at the Yorkdale Shopping Centre in Toronto, Ontario. The location is the second in Canada and 23rd in the company's North American retail network. The company expects to begin Canadian deliveries of the Lucid Air in spring 2022. Lucid has partnered with Electrify Canada to offer 2 years of complimentary charging for those who reserve a Lucid Air by June the 30th, 2022. So for all of my Canadians out there, make sure you reserve so you can get some of that free charging. Electrify Canada allows Lucid Air owners to charge up to 350 kilometers in 15 minutes for models with the 900 plus volt architecture. So this is definitely some great news that things are going great on the operational side and Lucid is expanding successfully, getting into those key markets. And I know for a lot of my long-term investors, you must be excited about this because I know for a fact I'm excited because I am an investor. And for all of the haters out there, yes, I am waiting to buy some more shares under $20, but I have a good amount of shares at around $17, so that's why I'm down to be patient and I'm going to be looking out. But aside from that, when it comes to the price action, which I know many of you look forward to when you watch my Lucid videos, we continue to hold up the $25 level. And this is a great look because as you can see, we're able to close right around $26.25. So if you've been watching my videos long enough, you know what's going to be coming next. We need to make that move to $27.50. We had some resistance at $27.25. So that's why I know if we pass that level, we can go to $27.50. And I think closing at $27 or above sets us up very well going into next week. We can see as far as for the SPY, it finished very strong. A lot of tech stocks picking back up. So that's why I'm saying Lucid is definitely benefiting from this. And I talked about this in a lot of my videos due to the fact that it is in the NASDAQ 100. So for anyone that's looking to get into a position as far as for a trading aspect, of course, you want to be making sure you're paying attention to support and resistance levels. And for my long-term investors that are looking to add to your position, you need to find out a price that is right for you. I made it very clear the prices that I'm looking at, and that's being under 20 bucks. I know you haters like hearing that. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, we do see that some institutions have been decreasing their positions, but we also do see some new positions, so there is some buying that is happening. And when we were taking a look at the order flow, the institutional interest is still there. And then when we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So this is why if we have a strong catalyst coming into the play or just the tech sector picking up further, Lucid can continue to see some strength. The only thing that I could see bringing this stock down is unless we see some weakness inside of the markets or they end up having a bad catalyst. So for the most part, Lucid is going in the right direction and it is on a steady uptrend. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how the stock performs going into tomorrow. We'll talk soon.